Life, as you've no doubt noticed, is filled with doubters. There will always be people who question your potential, who mock your ambitions, or who outright dismiss your efforts. Sometimes these voices come from people you barely know, and other times, painfully, they come from those closest to you. And yet there is an undeniable truth woven into the fabric of human experience. The greatest achievements often rise from the soil of skepticism. When people doubt you, they provide you with an extraordinary gift, a challenge. They hand you an opportunity to prove them wrong, not out of spite, but as a demonstration of your capability, your discipline, and your resolve. Their disbelief can serve as a powerful motivator if you let it. It's a chance to channel frustration into focus, disappointment into determination, and rejection into resilience. The question is, what will you do with that challenge? Will you let it defeat you, or will you use it as a launching pad? The first step to proving everybody wrong is to develop a vision so clear and compelling that it ignites something deep within you. You have to ask yourself, what do I want? What am I willing to work for? What would success look like to me? This isn't about vague dreams or lofty ideals. It's about defining a tangible, achievable goal that aligns with your values and aspirations. It has to matter to you, and it has to matter deeply. Without that clarity, you're adrift, reacting to the world instead of shaping it. Doubt is a force most of us encounter at some point in our lives, often when we dare to step beyond the boundaries of what others perceive as safe, practical, or achievable. It can sting, especially when it comes from those we respect or hold close. But doubt is not inherently destructive. In fact, it can be transformed into one of the most powerful motivators in your arsenal if you choose to see it that way. The skepticism of others is not a verdict on your potential. It is an opportunity to rise above expectations and redefine what is possible. When people express doubt, they are often projecting their own fears, limitations, or lack of imagination. Their disbelief in your abilities may have little to do with you and everything to do with the walls they've built around themselves. Recognizing this can free you from taking their words personally. Instead of internalizing their skepticism as a reflection of your worth, you can view it as a challenge, a call to action. It's as if the universe is asking, how much do you truly believe in yourself? How committed are you to the path you've chosen? Turning doubt into motivation requires a mindset shift. Instead of seeing skepticism as a barrier, see it as proof that you're aiming for something significant. If your goals didn't challenge the norm or stretch beyond the ordinary, no one would bother doubting you. Their disbelief is a signal that you are venturing into territory most people don't dare to explore. Take it as a compliment, albeit an unspoken one. The path to greatness has never been lined with unanimous applause. It is often walked in solitude, accompanied only by your belief in the possibility of what lies ahead. This process, however, is not about proving others wrong for the sake of their acknowledgement. The true power of using doubt as motivation lies in proving something to yourself. It's about discovering the depths of your resilience, the strength of your resolve, and the extent of your capabilities. In short, how far can you take your boundaries? How far will you go for what you believe in? And so forth. That is the true power of belief. The doubters may never change their minds, and that's okay. The goal is not to win their approval, but to transcend their expectations entirely, leaving no room for their doubts to hold you back. Each step you take toward your goals, every small victory you achieve, chips away at the hold doubt might have over you. When you transform that doubt into progress, you rewrite the narrative, not just for yourself, but for anyone who underestimated you. And in doing so, you create a ripple effect, inspiring others to rise above the limitations imposed on them, just as you did. So the next time someone doubts you, pause. Feel the weight of their words, but don't carry it as your burden. Instead, let it become your fire. Channel it into action, discipline, and growth. Let their doubts serve as a reminder of your potential and a challenge to rise above the ordinary. Because the best way to respond to doubt isn't with words, it's with undeniable results. And when you succeed, you'll realize that the journey wasn't about silencing others. It was about amplifying your own belief in yourself. Creating a vision begins with introspection. It demands honesty and the courage to confront questions many avoid. What do you truly value? What kind of life do you want to lead? What legacy do you want to leave behind? These aren't fleeting thoughts, but fundamental questions that deserve deep consideration. The answers will form the foundation of your vision, a roadmap tailored uniquely to you. It's not about adopting someone else's idea of success. It's about defining your own and allowing it to inspire you. Once your vision begins to take shape, you must commit to it with relentless determination. This is where most people falter. They might dream big, but when the initial spark of excitement fades and the weight of effort becomes apparent, they retreat. Committing to a vision is not about occasional enthusiasm. It is about consistent, disciplined action. It is about showing up for yourself every single day, even when progress feels slow and the rewards seem distant. There will be days when doubts creep in, when setbacks challenge your resolve, and when the path forward feels uncertain. This is the point where many abandon their vision, convincing themselves it wasn't realistic or worth the effort. But these moments are the crucible in which character is forged. They test how deeply you believe in your vision and how much you're willing to fight for it. True commitment means pushing through resistance, knowing that every step forward, no matter how small, is a step closer to your goal. Establishing a vision and committing to it also demands that you cultivate resilience. The pursuit of anything worthwhile is rarely a straight line. It's a journey marked by detours, failures, and lessons that shape you along the way. Instead of fearing these challenges, embrace them as opportunities to grow stronger and wiser. A vision isn't just about where you're going, it's about who you become in the process of striving for it. The more you persevere, the more you'll realize that the journey itself is as transformative as the destination. Your vision should be bold enough to scare you and inspire you in equal measure. It should stretch your limits and challenge you to rise above mediocrity. But to make it a reality, you must break it down into tangible, achievable steps. Grand aspirations are built through small, consistent actions, each one bringing you closer to what you've envisioned. Celebrate those small victories, for they are the building blocks of something far greater. It's also important to recognize that committing to a vision is not a solitary endeavor. Surround yourself with people who uplift and challenge you, those who believe in your potential and push you to stay the course. Seek out mentors, allies, and friends who share your values and can provide perspective when your path feels unclear. Community and support are invaluable, not as a substitute for your own determination, but as reinforcement when the weight of your journey feels heavy. Above all, remember that your vision is yours alone. It does not have to align with society's expectations or anyone else's definition of success. It should be deeply personal, a reflection of your values, passions, and aspirations. The beauty of committing to a vision is that it anchors you, giving you purpose and direction in a world that often feels chaotic. It becomes a source of strength, reminding you why you started when the road ahead seems daunting. And as you move forward, let your vision be the light that guides you, the fire that fuels you, and the promise that inspires you to keep striving no matter what challenges lie ahead. Because when you pursue a vision that truly matters to you, you're not just creating a life, you're creating a legacy. When faced with hardship, the instinctive reaction is often to shrink away, to wish the challenge would disappear, or that life would return to the comfort of what was. But avoiding adversity doesn't make it go away. It only postpones growth. Challenges, while uncomfortable, are necessary. They test your limits, reveal your character, and push you to uncover strengths you didn't know you had. Adversity isn't the enemy, it is the catalyst for transformation. The first step to building resilience is understanding that pain and struggle are not punishments. They are part of the human experience. Accepting this truth doesn't mean you have to like it, but it does mean recognizing that adversity is not unique to you. Everyone faces storms. What sets people apart is how they choose to respond. Will you let the storm break you, Or will you learn how to weather it and grow stronger in its aftermath? In moments of struggle, resilience begins with a mindset shift. It's about reframing the narrative. Instead of asking, why is this happening to me? Ask, what can I learn from this? Or, how can this make me stronger? This shift in perspective doesn't erase the difficulty, but empowers you to find meaning in it. It turns a passive experience of suffering into an active process of growth. Each setback becomes an opportunity to develop grit, determination, and emotional strength. Adversity also forces you to confront what truly matters. It strips away illusions, leaving you with clarity about your values, priorities, and inner resources. This clarity is a gift. It allows you to realign your efforts, focus on what's meaningful, and let go of distractions that no longer serve you. Resilience isn't just about surviving challenges. It's about using them to refine your path and become more intentional about how you move forward. Building resilience requires action, even in the face of fear and uncertainty. When the world feels overwhelming, take small, purposeful steps. Each step, no matter how modest, creates momentum. Action builds confidence, and confidence builds strength. Over time, these small steps accumulate, showing you that you are capable of far more than you initially believed. Progress, even when it feels slow, is a testament to your resilience. Another crucial aspect of resilience is seeking support. Adversity often isolates us, making us feel as though we must carry the burden alone. But resilience is not about enduring in isolation. It's about recognizing that strength can be drawn from connection. Lean on those who care about you. Share your struggles, not as a sign of weakness, but as a step toward healing. Vulnerability in the face of adversity fosters empathy, understanding, and the kind of support that reminds you that you're not alone. Perhaps most importantly, resilience is about hope. It's the belief that no matter how dark the present moment feels, there is light ahead. Hope is not blind optimism. It is the quiet determination to keep moving forward, even when you can't see the outcome. It's trusting that your efforts will lead to something better, even if the path is uncertain. Life's challenges will never fully disappear, but your ability to navigate them can grow infinitely stronger. Each time you face adversity and choose to rise, you build a reservoir of resilience that will carry you through future storms. And with each challenge overcome, you don't just survive, you evolve. You become someone who can face the world with greater courage, strength, and wisdom. Adversity doesn't define you, your response to it does. Use it to build resilience, and let that resilience be the foundation for an unshakable life. Discipline is the cornerstone of mastery, the foundation upon which every great achievement is built. Without discipline, potential remains untapped, and dreams wither into regrets. Yet, discipline is often misunderstood. It's not a punishment or a limitation. It's the structure that allows freedom and growth to flourish. It's a deliberate choice to align your actions with your values and goals, even when the path forward feels difficult or uncertain. To focus on discipline is to understand that success is not a result of fleeting inspiration, but of consistent effort. Inspiration may light the spark, but discipline keeps the fire burning. It's waking up early to work on your craft even when you're tired. It's saying no to distractions that offer temporary pleasure but lead you away from your purpose. Discipline is the quiet, unglamorous work done behind the scenes, the foundation of progress that others often don't see. Mastery is the pursuit of excellence in any area of life, and it requires more than talent or luck. It demands dedication, persistence, and a willingness to embrace challenges. Discipline is what bridges the gap between where you are and where you want to be. German psychologist Robert von Hingel calls discipline the guidepost that helps us better understand. It's not about perfection, but about showing up consistently, learning from failures, and refusing to give up. Each disciplined choice you make strengthens your character, builds your skills, and brings you closer to mastery. The beauty of discipline is that it compounds over time. Small, consistent efforts may seem insignificant in the moment, but they accumulate into something extraordinary. Think of a musician who practices daily, a writer who commits to a word count, or an athlete who trains relentlessly. Each session, each repetition builds on the last, creating momentum. Discipline is not about making one monumental effort, but about making the right choice again and again, even when it's inconvenient or uncomfortable. Mastery in any field also requires a deep respect for the process. Discipline teaches you patience, the understanding that meaningful progress takes time. In a world that prizes instant gratification, discipline asks you to delay rewards, to trust in the long-term benefits of your efforts. It's the willingness to endure frustration, setbacks, and plateaus because you know they are part of the journey. Discipline shifts your focus from immediate results to sustained growth, helping you develop resilience and grit. But discipline is not just about hard work. It's also about intentionality. It's about being clear on what matters to you and aligning your actions with those priorities. Without discipline, it's easy to become scattered, to let distractions and procrastination dictate your days. With discipline, you take control. You set boundaries, prioritize your time, and ensure that your energy is directed toward what truly matters. Discipline is not the enemy of freedom, it is the enabler of it. By mastering discipline, you free yourself from chaos and inefficiency, creating space to focus on what brings you fulfillment and purpose. True discipline also involves self-compassion. It's not about pushing yourself relentlessly to the point of burnout, but about finding a balance between effort and recovery. Mastery requires discipline, but it also requires rest, reflection, and renewal. Discipline teaches you to listen to your limits, to honor your body and mind, and to approach your goals with sustainability in mind. It's not about being perfect every day, but about being consistent over the long term. When you focus on discipline, you also learn the value of integrity. Discipline is doing what you said you would do, even when no one is watching. It's keeping promises to yourself, building trust in your own abilities. Each disciplined act reinforces your belief in your capacity to achieve. Over time, this self-trust becomes a powerful force, fueling your confidence and motivating you to reach even higher. Mastery is not a destination, but a lifelong journey. Discipline ensures that you keep moving forward, no matter how far you've already come. It's a mindset that turns obstacles into opportunities and challenges into lessons. Discipline and mastery are intertwined, each strengthening the other, each pushing you to become the best version of yourself. Focusing on discipline is not easy, but it is worth it. It transforms ordinary efforts into extraordinary achievements. It gives you control over your life and the power to shape your future. And ultimately, it brings you closer to mastery, not just of a skill or craft, but of yourself. Discipline is the path, mastery is the reward, and the journey itself is what makes it all meaningful. Success is one of the most misunderstood concepts in life. Too often, we define it by the standards set by others. Society, family, peers, or the expectations ingrained in us over time. But true success isn't about meeting external benchmarks. It's about living a life that aligns with your values, passions, and unique purpose. It's about finding fulfillment on your own terms and having the courage to pursue it unapologetically. To redefine success, you must first pause and ask yourself, what truly matters to you? Strip away the noise of the world and listen to your inner voice. What do you value most? Try the inner voice. What do you value most? Is it connection, creativity, contribution, or freedom? Is it building something meaningful, growing as a person, or helping others? Success is not a one-size-fits-all concept. It is deeply personal and profoundly individual. The moment you begin defining it for yourself is the moment you reclaim your power. Are you understanding success on your own terms also means letting go of comparison. It's tempting to measure your achievements against those of others, but doing so only robs you of joy and clarity. Someone else's path is not your path. Their goals are not your goals. The milestones they celebrate may have nothing to do with what brings you happiness or fulfillment. Redefining success means staying focused on your own journey, trusting that your unique combination of experiences, talents, and aspirations is leading you to where you're meant to be. True success is not about reaching a fixed destination. It's about growth and alignment. It's about becoming the best version of yourself, not someone else's version of successful. It's about making choices that reflect who you are and what you want your life to represent. This requires deep self-awareness and the willingness to step outside societal norms. It takes courage to pursue a path that might not be understood or validated by everyone around you. But that courage is what makes it worthwhile. Redefining success also involves embracing failure as part of the process. The fear of failure often keeps people trapped in conventional definitions of success, afraid to take risks or venture into the unknown. But failure is not the opposite of success. It is a stepping stone toward it. Each setback, each mistake is an opportunity to learn, grow, and refine your vision. When you see failure as feedback rather than defeat, you free yourself to take bold actions aligned with your true desires. Another critical aspect of redefining success is understanding that it's not just about outcomes, it's about the process. Success is found in the effort, the commitment, and the journey itself. It's in the daily actions you take to live a life of integrity and purpose. It's in the relationships you nurture, the challenges you overcome, and the legacy you create. When you focus on the process rather than obsessing over results, you find fulfillment in the present moment and build a life that feels rich and meaningful every day. Redefining success also means valuing balance and well-being. Success that comes at the expense of your health, relationships, or peace of mind is not true success. A life that looks impressive on the outside but feels hollow on the inside is not worth pursuing. Your physical, emotional, and mental well-being are the foundation upon which all meaningful achievements are built. Taking care of yourself is not a distraction from success, it is an essential part of it. Perhaps most importantly, success is not about what you accumulate, but about what you contribute. It's about the impact you have on others and the world around you. When you align your goals with a sense of purpose and service, success becomes far more meaningful. It's no longer just about personal gain, but about making a difference, leaving a legacy, and knowing that your life has mattered in ways that extend beyond yourself. Redefining success requires ongoing reflection and adaptation. As you grow and evolve, your definition of success may change, and that's okay. Success is not static, it's dynamic, just like life itself. The key is to remain true to yourself, to regularly check in with your values and priorities, and to adjust your course as needed. Success is a lifelong journey, not a final destination. When you define success on your terms, you take control of your life. You stop chasing approval and start pursuing authenticity. You let go of the pressure to conform and embrace the freedom to create a life that resonates with your soul. This is where true fulfillment lies, not in the accolades or possessions, but in living a life that feels aligned, purposeful, and deeply meaningful to you. That is the kind of success worth striving for, the kind that no one can take away. Finally, remember this: success is deeply personal. It's not about comparing yourself to others or adhering to society's narrow definitions of accomplishment. It's about defining success on your terms and having the courage to pursue it unapologetically. When you live authentically, aligned with your values and driven by your purpose, you not only prove others wrong, you prove yourself right. And that is a far more meaningful victory. So, to anyone who doubts you, thank them silently. Thank them for the challenge, for the motivation, and for the opportunity to demonstrate just how capable, determined, and extraordinary you can be. And then get to work. Not for them, but for you. The world is waiting for the proof that only you can provide. Finally, remember this: success is deeply personal. It's not about comparing yourself to others or adhering to society's narrow definitions of accomplishment. It's about defining success on your terms and having the courage to pursue it unapologetically. When you live authentically, aligned with your values and driven by your purpose, you not only prove others wrong, you prove yourself right. And that is a far more meaningful victory. So to anyone who doubts you, thank them silently. Thank them for the challenge, for the motivation, and for the opportunity to demonstrate just how capable, determined, and extraordinary you can be. And then get to work, not for them, but for you. The world is waiting for the proof that only you can provide.